We were shut down for about 12 weeks. We're a family-owned business, and our community of Kobe Swap Meet is one big family. We have over 500 small businesses out here. We're a small business incubator, and the whole operation was shut down. So it feels great to be back.
And Anthony, I'm going to have to ask you to step back real quick. You guys, can we check it back in just a little bit? My mic is off right now, and we have to change a few things up. But we're going to check back in with you in just a little bit from Kobe Swap Meet. So, Jason, Liz, I'm going to send things back over to you.
All right.
All right. Those
good.
technical difficulties, I
Yeah,
tell
somebody
ya.
kicked a
That's
cord
okay,
or something.
I know. All right, Casey, thanks.
Okay, shoppers, you're going to like this if you love to shop. 4 more Westfield shopping malls are back open. That includes UTC, Mission Valley, Westfield North County, and Plaza Bonita. The shopping centers are operating with modified hours and increased sanitation safety protocols. Just like Fashion Valley, the malls are open from 11 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 6 on Sundays. Visitors must follow social distancing guidelines and wear facial coverings at all times.
And the Parkway Plaza in El Cajon has reopened. The plaza will continue to follow health mandates for shoppers and employees. All stores and restaurants will have different hours, so be sure to check their websites for specific times. The mall will be open Monday through Saturday from 11 to 7 and on Sundays from noon to 6. The time right now is 8:20. Protests continue across the country, and local leaders are beginning to speak out in response to the death of George Floyd.
Mayor Kevin Faulconer will be joining us after the break. Don't go anywhere. Good Morning San Diego. Be right back.
Should we just do one segment? Hi, Mayor. I'm so sorry this has happened.
Good morning, Elizabeth. It's good to be here.
I think we should just do one segment. What do you think? Because we can just get your, your response or your message.
I am up. I'm here. I'm all yours. So whatever you'd like.
And then we can go into some city,
Yeah.
important in the city. Okay.
What else do you want to cover after Floyd?
Well, I think I have a little cheat sheet here.
Yep.
We can talk about SDSU.
Sure, absolutely.
The Mission Valley.
Yeah.
Maybe beach restrictions.
That's great.
Yeah. And Jason especially wants to know what gives with the parking. Why no beach parking yet? Right?
Tell Estelle I'll make a special spot for him.
I know, right? Okay. Yes. Welcome back to Good Morning San Diego. We hope you are having a good morning so far. As we've been talking about this morning, there have been many protests across the country. And now local leaders are speaking out in response to the death of George Floyd from Minnesota. This morning, we have the pleasure to talk to San Diego Mayor Kevin Faulconer, who is joining us here in studio. Mayor, thank you once again for just spending some time with us this Saturday morning. We know you're very busy as it relates to different city matters, but we appreciate your time.
It's good. Good morning, Elizabeth. It's good to be with you. Thank you.
Yeah, first off, I just want to get your reaction and your message to San Diegans. I know you spoke out about what you've been seeing as it relates to the case of George Floyd.
I did, and I feel very strongly about that George Floyd's death is an absolute tragedy. And the actions of those police officers was wrong. It's unacceptable. And I stand with our San Diego Police Department in condemning those actions in the strongest possible terms. And I think it's important for all of us as leaders across the country to acknowledge that. And it's incredibly important that we, obviously folks have the right to protest, but we want folks to do that in a safe and peaceful manner.
Sure. And we this time around have not yet seen any such protest happen here in the city of San Diego as it relates to this. But you know, when these type of things happen, people start talking and they start getting things together. And, you know, we had gotten word that there may be a protest in the near future, perhaps at the Hall of Justice. What would you like San Diegans to know and keep in mind? Yes, you have mentioned that you support the right of, you know, free speech and the right to protest. But what do you want people to keep in mind when they do so?
Well, of course we do, and we support that right to free speech, but we also send a very strong message that violence of any type will not be tolerated in San Diego or any places throughout the region. And I think it's really important, Elizabeth, particularly during this time, that we do come together. We come together on what unites us. We stand up and call out that injustice when it happens, like we saw with those officers in Minneapolis. That's an important part of, I think, what all of us should be doing as Americans right now. And so folks absolutely have that right to protest, but we send a very clear and strong message, as you've seen from mayors across the country. Do it in a peaceful way. Violence and some of the things that we saw should not be tolerated.
Moving on to some other city matters, Mayor. Big news coming out of City Council yesterday after Council unanimously approves the Mission Valley purchase and sale agreement. Tell me about that, your thoughts, your reaction.
It was big news and really good news for San Diego. I mean, we've been working on this agreement for a while, and it was important, as I said yesterday to the council, that we get it done right. A lot of back and forth, and I think rightfully so, to make sure that taxpayers are protected first and foremost, and that all of the provisions of Measure G are adhered to. The agreement that went before the council was one I strongly supported yesterday. And so I think it's an incredible opportunity for San Diego State, for the university itself, but also for our city and for our region, to have, you know, a new stadium for Aztec football and great events, to have the research and the campus setting that's going to happen there, and the housing, which we desperately need. And I think, you know, one of the most important features is that world-class river park that we've been planning for literally decades. So when you put all that together, there was a lot of work that had to go into where we were yesterday. And I think, Elizabeth, the fact that the council supported it unanimously speaks volumes to all of that hard work. And look, I can't wait to get started.
Clearly, things are indeed moving forward throughout San Diego. I mean, today we can talk about businesses starting to reopen, restrictions, you know, being, you know, I guess I should say there aren't as many restrictions amid COVID-19. The beaches. We all look forward to the beaches come next week. We can now sit and lounge on the beach, Mr. Mayor.
June 2nd, yes, indeed. And you know, Elizabeth, I just think it goes to show what we've been talking about for the last several weeks, that San Diegans have done a remarkable job. We have taken, obviously, everything with COVID-19 very seriously. We have flattened the curve. And as we have followed everything that we are supposed to be doing as a city and as a region, we're now in that position, as you know, to help open up, whether it's the in-store retail we can do, the in-dining restaurants. Again, San Diego has been leading the state since the very beginning. I'm proud of that. The beaches and the beach plan we put together over a month ago has been working very, very well. That's been a model for other places across the state. And so, yeah, starting on June 2nd, we'll take that next phase. And, you know, San Diegans have been listening. I'll tell you, over the last couple of weeks, as we've reopened the beaches and said you can walk, you can run, but no sitting. Like, all of this is designed to be in phases so we can reopen, but we reopen safely. Because at the bottom line, all of this is about protecting public health, protecting each and every one of us. And again, San Diegans have been doing a great job. I'm so proud of everyone, how San Diegans have really leaned into following these precautions for COVID-19.
Mayor, another question regarding the beaches. What's the rationale behind not opening the parking lots at the beaches?
You know, it's been done in a phased approach, Elizabeth, and with the County of San Diego as well. We've been working very closely with them. And so as you see these phases begin to loosen, like we're going to see this week on being able to sit, we'll be announcing other phases next week as San Diegans continue to do everything well and right. And as we continue those gains, we will continue to see a loosening of restrictions. I think that's the right approach because San Diegans, as I've said, have been adhering to it. So you'll start to see announcements next week regarding Mission Bay, regarding parking lots. And people have been doing a great job, particularly on our beaches and our neighborhood parks.
And lastly, Mayor, since San Diego has been a leader with how municipalities should and are dealing with COVID-19, I know you've been working and on the phone with national leaders on coronavirus. The CDC director, Robert Redfield, I believe you had conversations with him many times. Tell me about those conversations. What are you learning, and where do things stand?
No, I did. I was pleased to participate with not only Dr. Redfield, but Dr. Birx of the White House yesterday. We had a call of over 400 mayors nationwide that I was pleased to co-lead with several of my colleagues. An opportunity to share what we're doing here in San Diego, some of the approaches that we are taking, particularly as it relates to testing and tracing. And again, the job that we are doing in close working relationship with the County of San Diego and public health, as we see testing increasing, as we see our need for contact tracers, and how those two dovetail together, because that's what's incredibly important for us, not just to flatten this curve for the short term, but to put us in that position so as we get into the fall, that we are ready to handle anything that comes at us. And so, yeah, San Diego and our region, our city, our county have absolutely been leaders in this. I'm proud of that. We got a lot of work to do. We are not done with this yet, but I think because we have shown how closely that we can work together, that's why other parts of the country are looking at San Diego to see how we're doing.
Very good. Mayor, on a personal question for you, have you gone to the beach with your family? Have you walked? Have you taken in?
I was out with
breeze?
lifeguards a couple weeks ago. I haven't been out with the family yet, but I hope to get out there soon.
Yeah, for a little, at least R&R for you. All right, Mayor
thanks,
Kevin
Linda.
Faulconer, thank you so much once again for
My
taking the
pleasure.
time on this very busy Saturday morning. We appreciate it. County officials will be meeting on Tuesday to discuss how to continue reopening San Diego and how this will affect small businesses. Yes, standing by our County Supervisor Jim Desmond. We will talk with him from a county-wide perspective on how things are shaping up. Plus, Petco Park is hosting a few events to support Feeding San Diego. Get ready to have some fun. Good morning, San Diego. We'll be right back.
Swells building. Look at the crowd at Blacks.
It's going to be a great surfing day, right?
It's going to get better, too.
According to Dave Scott.
Good surf to be had. All right, it is 8:33 right now. The Supreme Court has ruled against a local church in Chula Vista with regard to reopening religious services. In a 5-4 vote, the highest court in the U.S. has decided to uphold restrictions imposed by Governor Gavin Newsom on religious gatherings during the COVID-19 pandemic. The vote also denied the injunction sought by the Southern California Pentecostal Church. The church originally sued the state and Governor Gavin Newsom for violating citizens' rights. That lawsuit was dismissed by a state judge. The church then sent their case to the Supreme Court, where it was rejected. Now, after the ruling, the bishop sent KUSI this statement saying, in part, quote, We are very disappointed in the U.S. Supreme Court decision by a close 5-4 vote that was not based on the Constitution, but only political ideology. This current religious freedom setback is a sign of the end times and should shock the conscience of all Americans.
President Trump announces the United States will pull out of the World Health Organization during the pandemic. The president went on to attack China for its misdeeds, including espionage and violating the freedom of Hong Kong. He also announced retaliatory measures that are expected to affect relations between the two countries.
China has total control over the World Health Organization, despite only paying $40 million per year, compared to what the United States has been paying, which is approximately $450 million a year. We have detailed the reforms that it must make and engage with them directly, but they have refused to act. Because they have failed to make the requested and greatly needed reforms, we will be today terminating our relationship with the World Health Organization.
President Trump says that he will redirect funding to other health needs around the world. Speaking of health needs, health officials in Missouri say one of the partiers in the Lake of the Ozarks area this past Memorial Day weekend has tested positive for coronavirus.
Yeah, you may recall this video of Backwater Jack's Bar and Grill. According to officials, the resident felt ill and on Sunday, but was possibly infectious before then. They say the patient did visit several bars on May 24th and 25th, along with a few other businesses. Officials have not released the name of that patient, however. That was very controversial
Yes,
when that hit social media. Wow.
Well, I mean, that was like a raging party, without a doubt.
Lots of people.
All
right. Overcast skies, the order of the day, at least as of 8:36, but looks like it's peeling back a little bit.
Yeah, that pictures you were showing were packed.
Yeah.
As much as the clouds have packed into our area. But yeah, you're right. It's starting to peel back a little bit from some of the mountain tops there. And you're looking on top of the marine layer. And we are getting a little bit of receding and evaporation into the marine layer. Beautiful. Now, La Jolla, this was yesterday. Jim Grant sending this in from La Jolla. Pelican flying right through the banner there. It's just been so beautiful along the coast, and it's going to be nice this week. Red Mountain looking west, and you can see it is starting to just thin out here and there. It's going to be beautiful. 67 degrees in downtown San Diego, mostly cloudy, winds north-northwest at 8 miles per hour. Relative humidity 63%. 60 in Ramona right now, 64 in El Cajon, 61 in Del Mar and Poway, 65 in Tijuana this morning. We have an area of low pressure that is north of us, and it's giving us that nice onshore flow. So overnight, the marine layer deepening just a little bit, but starting to evaporate. Wet weather in the Pacific Northwest. The jet stream, ridge of high pressure in place, but a cutoff low by the end of the week will push on through and cool us down a little bit. Meanwhile, this cold front kind of just lazily dragging through parts of the south into Jacksonville right now, and could pop in a few thunderstorms. A lot of warm, moist air coming in here. Sea surface temperatures are now over 80 degrees. I mean, it's very, very warm there. And of course, this cooler air moving in could produce a thunderstorm. So NASA and SpaceX, 3:22 their time, going to launch, and that could be delayed again. 87 in Dallas today, 86 in Atlanta, 77 Kansas City, 85 in Denver, 60 in Seattle today, 70 in San Francisco. Sunset tonight at 7:51, waves 3 to 5 feet. High tide 5:42 this evening, and low tide at 10:39 this morning. Along the coast, 73 degrees, 78 in the Inland Valley, 68 in the mountains, and 96 in the desert areas. Sunshine today, going to be nice, partly cloudy skies, and then a little bit of a warm-up. That ridge of high pressure builds in, but again, the cutoff low by the end of the week. So we dip down there, but mid-70s most of the week, and partly cloudy, just beautiful inland valleys. We get that marine layer stretching on into the morning hours, next few mornings, but then partly cloudy into the afternoon, mid-80s all week long until the end of the week. Then we cool down. Mountain areas 68 today, but warming up almost 10 degrees. In fact, by Wednesday, 79 degrees. And the desert area is 96 today. and 102, 103 into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. A little bit of a cool down by Thursday and Friday. That is a look at our weather. We're going to have a special World of Wonder on the launch, Elizabeth, later on.
Okay, looking forward to it. SpaceX launch, stand by.
You got it.
Right now, though, let's talk about the county. The San Diego County officials will meet on Tuesday to discuss